Situating Curriculum Assessments Within a Curriculum Development Framework by Cesar Farah and Berlantes Frigelin. So, situating assessments are the plans that the teachers want their students to improve, and they cannot do it without the process. So, that's why the Curriculum Development Framework is involved. A curriculum framework is a subject-specific document that presents parameters to assess in the development of a curriculum and identifies learning outcomes for what students are expected to know and be able to do as they relate to the knowledge and skills at a particular event. Program needs and strengths. Consider this as the frame for the model, and everything within the curriculum development process is shaded by the needs for the program and the strengths of the unit developing. And it is important to have an understanding of the strengths and opportunities presented by canvassing the interests and abilities of those who will be the educators. So, these strengths are put beside the needs of the students who might be motivated to participate in the program. Also, important to take note of where the programs might lead for those graduates, employment, further studies, accrediting bodies, and etc. The mission of this program is to identify what strategies do you use to identify the learning needs and strengths of your students. So they have 10 ways to determine the strengths of our students. First is all about me activities. Second is class survey. Third is shared stories. Fourth is who am I flowchart. Fifth is spend time with a student. Sixth is identity day. Seven is create space for strengths to reveal. 8 strengths charts. 9 observe, and last is as adult. Next is program objectives competence based on the ideal graduate. In this stage, picture of an ideal graduate is developed characteristics based on the ideal graduate. First is organizational skills. Second is persistence. Third, value of time. Fourth, string work of ethics. And last is leadership skills. Next is types of educational experiences and foundational content and areas of specialization. So they have types of learning experiences. First is use manipulatives. Manipulatives are valuable tools when teaching abstract ideas or ideas that you can't readily observe. Next is take a field trip. Field trips offer unique opportunities for learning. Third, role play. Fourth, do a research or writing project. And experiment. Last is start a guided discussion. Next is foundational content. Foundational content is any supporting content you create or solicit. This content supports the higher levels of content and strategy, serving as a foundation that you build upon. To fully execute your content strategy, quality foundational content must be produced at scale. Areas of specialization. First is performance studies. Second, mass communication and media literacy. Third is electronic and digital media production. Fourth is public relations. And last is game development. Next is course objectives or course content. Course objectives. This course in curriculum development shall develop teachers who can adjust and be flexible in designing and implementing curricula and learning environments for different students in different contexts. The content component of the teaching learning situations refers to the important facts, principles, and concepts to be taught. It can be in the form of knowledge, skills, attitudes, and last is values that learners are exposed to. That's all. Thank you.
Class objectives should be student-centered. We should have an idea of what we want our students to accomplish in a given course. we want to cover certain topics, or we want to teach students certain ideas and skills. So we should also think in terms of what we want the students to be able to do at the end of the course. So it is very helpful to articulate learning objectives by completing this prompt. At the end of the course, students should be able to program objectives or competencies. So it is often serve as the basis for standards that specify the level of knowledge and skills required to successfully perform tasks in the class. So it can be used as a measurement criteria for assessing attainment. For example, a person has to reach a certain level of competency to be considered successfully completing a task. So it can also describe the degree of expertise. Types of educational experiences, areas of specialization, and foundational content. So specific curriculum begins to take shape at this point. The content is based on the program objectives. The program is built using faculty expertise and discipline-specific learning experiences that have been deemed value. So it's a good idea to sketch out a rough outline of the program at this point, ensuring that educational activities are included that are meant to support the learning goals stated. Capstone courses, tutorials, and labs are examples of experiences. So at this time, practice, service learning, electives, and seminars should all be explored.
Good day, everyone. So by the way, I am Reverend James Pellegrino Cabigan, and I am your reporter for this time. So today we are going to talk about the 4 levels of evaluation in the Kirkpatrick model. So who is Donald Kirkpatrick, or who he is? So Donald L. Kirkpatrick was Professor Emeritus at the University of Wisconsin in the United States, and also a past president of the American Society for Training and Development. He was born on March 15, 1924 in Richland Center, Wisconsin, United States, and he was died on May 9, 2014. What is the Kirkpatrick model of evaluation? The Kirkpatrick model is a globally recognized method of evaluating the results of training and learning programs. It assesses both formal and informal training methods and rates them against 4 levels of criteria, which are the reaction, learning, behavior, and results. So we have here the Kirkpatrick 4 levels of evaluation. So the first is the reaction, the level 2 is the learning, the third level is the behavior, and the last level is the results. So first level is the reaction. So in reaction, we have here the key question, timing, and data sources. So first is the key question. So what was the student reaction to the learning environment? Timing, usually done immediately or soon after the learning events. And the data sources is that student surveys, focus groups interviews, and also the previous data. So in the reaction evaluation, we have here the customer satisfaction, engagement, and relevance. So we have here the degree of the reaction evaluation. So the degree to which participants find the training favorable, engaging, and relevant to their jobs. The next evaluation of the Kirkpatricks, which are the learning. So again, we have here the key questions, timing, and the data sources related to the learning evaluation. So first is the key question. Did the students achieve the desired learning objectives? Timing, usually done immediately or soon after learning. Data sources, like tests, assignments, discussions, and Q&A. So in learning evaluation, we have here the knowledge, so which is that you say to yourself that I know it. Next is the skills, which is that you can say to yourself that I can do it right now. And next is the attitude. So you have a positive attitude like, I believe this will be worthwhile to do on the job. Next is that confidence. So you have the confidence like, I think I can do it on the job. And lastly, the commitment, which is that I will do it on the job. So again, we have here the degree of the learning evaluation. So the degree to which participants acquire the intended knowledge, skills, attitudes, confidence, and commitment based on their participation in the training. So the next evaluation, or the next level of the Kirkpatrick's evaluation, we have here the behavior. So again, we have here the key questions, timing, and the data sources. So the key questions of the behavior evaluation, we have here that are the newly acquired skills, knowledge, or attitude being used by the learner after the learning event completed? So the timing of the behavior evaluation is usually done 1 to 3 months after learning. So the data sources here is that level 2 reassessments, participants or employer, advisor surveys, focus groups, interviews, and also the previous data. So in behavior, we need to monitor and also to reinforce. And again, we need to have to give a rewards and to encourage them. So we have here the degree of the behavior evaluation So the degree to which participants apply what they learned during training when they are back on the job. So the last level is the results. So we have again here the key questions, timing, and data sources. So we have here the key question related to the results. So did the students achieve the desired outcomes of the program of the study? Timing, usually done 3 months to 2 years after learning experience. And the data sources, we have here the participants, employer, advisor surveys, focus groups, interviews, concrete indicators, and also the previous data. So in results evaluation, we have here the leading indicators and the desired outcomes. So if we say leading indicators, this is the metrics used as the predictive measures of the future performance. And if we say desired outcome, this is what your customer needs to achieve or how they need to achieve it. So we have the degree about the results evaluation. So the degree to which targeted outcomes occur as a result of the training and the support and the accountability package. So that would be all, and thank you. God bless you.
Combining Wolf's curriculum development process and Kirkpatrick 4 levels of evaluation. Reported by Angeline Iusto and Maribeth Amandam from BPED 3B. Program objectives and competencies. This stage, the pictures of an ideal graduate is developed based on identified attributes of the ideal graduate according to the discipline and program. These objectives are written by the graduate curriculum committee members and presented to the faculty administration. Next is types of educational experience. This includes laboratories, tutorials, service learning, portfolios, and etc. So, types of educational experience, diri na bilong ang laboratory, tutorial, service learning, o portfolios, o uban pa. Next is areas of specialization or foundational content. Specific curriculums start to get fleshed out. So, in this stage, it means that by making use of the program objectives, the content expertise faculty, the program are being developed. Program structures. It is a list of courses. In this stage, it is a list of courses, whereas it begins from first year to fourth year college, elective such as core, elective, open elective, etc. courses. And lastly, courses objectives, course content, class objectives, assessment, class content, activities, resources, etc. They are the traditional activities connected with individual course design, which is the course level decisions are influenced whose concerned with effectiveness, efficiency, appropriateness, and advocacy.
Combining Wolf's curriculum development process and Kirkpatrick's 4 levels of evaluation. Bringing Wolf's curriculum development process and Kirkpatrick's 4 levels of evaluation models together informs both the assessment and design or development phases of curriculum phases. It is ideal to consider all stages of both models when engaged in either process. For example, when developing program objectives or competences, it is valuable to consider how a program can measure its success, and quite often the same techniques used for determining the program objectives can be used to assess the achievement of them. Here is one such model based on the Instructional System Design Model of Clark in 1995. Analysis, assessment, deliver, and design or develop. Professor Art Hill here represents the Food Science Undergraduate Curriculum Committee. So it is a way to assess his program's curriculum where the major concerns for the curriculum are: number 1, developing a continuous program improvement model for ensuring the program was meeting the needs of the students and the food science community. So it means that aron mapalambo ang isa ka program, kailangan ma-meet ang needs sa mga students sa food science community. And number 2 is ensuring continued professional association accreditation. So aron masiguro ang pagpadayon sa usa ka asosasyon. So that is the major concerns of the curriculum. And the next is Professor Art Hill, the Department of Food Science, together with Professor Peter Wolf, the Teaching Support Services, and Professor Fred Evers, the Educational Research and Development Unit, they systemize and conduct curriculum assessment on a bachelor's degree in food science. So, the program was already established and had been through reviews, and the curriculum development model and Kirkpatrick's 4 levels of evaluation is a tools that used in creating strategies and identifying source of information that is also useful in creating a snapshot on the Bachelor of the Food Science curriculum. And the continuation, here is Ms. Rika Joy H. Tampus.
In the following chart lists in assessment data which, who, when, why, what. It is used to determine how effective the food science program, and also the methods and information is an input on how curriculum continue improve of its basis. So as you can see below, the which is evaluation method, who is the participants, and when is the frequency, why is the level of evaluation, and what is a question and issue explored. And for example, the first one is which is exit focus in the group lunch, who is graduating students, when is the annual, why is the level, and 1 and 2, what is the describe your most enjoyable learning experience at work. For example, same sa research nato nga need nato mag-survey para makabaluta kung unsa ka-effective ang atong study. So mauna siya ang pasabot sa usa ka assessment data sa which, who, when, why, what. Ug kailangan nato na siya para aron ma-meet nato ang need sa isa ka program or sa isa ka study. Aron makabaluta unsaon nato pag-achieve ang ilang expectation ug aron ma-prove nato nga tsada ang result sa atong study or sa atong program.
So the case study is a powerful learning tool. That would be all. Thank you.